special episode of Real Debates, our Halloween Real Debate special. Now, normally we do a show every Friday, but if you saw yesterday's episode, we saw Tristan and Jeremy go at it, and Jeremy took the W. Tristan did a good job, but Jeremy had the better argument. And today is a very special episode to do a thematic episode of Real Debates. But here's the kicker, though. I'm just a spectator. So I won't be moderating any of this, okay? I'm not even introducing my contestants because our moderator is no other than Ian Elliott Carter from The Controversy. So, Ian, I'm going to pass it on to you. Take it away.
What it do, Jive Turkeys? This is your host for the evening, Ian Elliott Carter, and I will be hosting this match of Real Debates. And let me make one thing clear. I'm not here for no foolishness. I'm not here for no fucking titty sucking. I'm here. I am here to make sure this debate goes well and fair. Okay, so enough further ado. I want to introduce the contestants right now. The guy with the beard, probably born with it. What is your name and where are you from, brother?
My name is Caleb Miles. I'm over on Movies Are Terrible, headed out of Denver, Colorado. I feel like I need coffee after your intro. Like, I need to hype myself up. You got too much energy, bro.
You're going to need it. Well, you don't need it because this other guy here, right here, he is very old, so you're already up to his speed. You, young man with the glasses, what is your name and where are you from?
Hey, this is the boys right here, dude. I'm excited for this episode. I don't know that we've ever all four done anything together, but I'm glad that we have assembled in this shitty little Avengers club that we have here. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to whooping Caleb's ass.
Awesome. So as they've previously stated that they both know each other. So any aggression or anger that you have on each other, please put it out. Remember that time Caleb was late, 2 hours late for your show? You better throw that on him. And damn, Caleb, right. Remember that thing he said about your favorite movie, Batman vs. Superman? You better take it on him. You better take all that anger on him.
It's all pent up.
That's your favorite movie?
No, it's not even close to my favorite movie. It's not even about like top 50.
Whatever, you brush your teeth to that. All right, listen, everybody, let's start this thing off right. All right, so we're gonna have 4 rounds. The first round, we're gonna talk about why they chose this movie. The second, why is your movie better than his? And third, what makes yours the better movie? And 4, closing statements. I hope I said that right, Alex. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to pick a number between 1 and 69.
Oh,
wow.
Mixing it up.
Yes. It's one of my favorite numbers.
6'9" fan, apparently.
Absolutely not. I was doing 6'9" before that when that kid was in diapers. Okay, so Caleb, a number between 1 and 10. Go. I mean 1 and 69. Go.
I was gonna say you just changed the rules. 69. Then.
Oh wow.
So, are you going with 69?
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb, you just had a child. We don't need another one. Jeremy, a number between 1 and 69. Go.
I mean, dude, 68. I win.
He does. Unless the number was 69.
The number was 17. So Jeremy wins this round. You guys are just after the show. Save it for after the show, guys. Okay. All right. So Jeremy goes first. Jeremy, what movie are you debating today? All right, sir. What is your movie and why did you pick it? Ready? Go.
So I think first it's important to establish what makes a good Halloween movie. That's a completely different question than what makes a good horror movie. And there's a couple of specific parameters that I'm looking at when I'm considering what's the best Halloween movie. To me, it's got to be a well-crafted movie, obviously, but it doesn't have to be the best movie. It's got to have decent acting, nice production design, and the main thing is it needs to capture the spirit and the vibe of Halloween. And that's why I'm here to argue that Mike Dougherty's Trick or Treat is the best movie about Halloween without Halloween in the title. In fact, take that little disclaimer out of it. This is the best movie about Halloween, even including the ones with Halloween in the title. This is my favorite genre, horror, and Halloween has always been my favorite holiday. I know that, Christmas is awesome, but for me, Halloween is the big deal. So it's a massive celebration, and the traditions are uniquely American, and it's this evolving thing. And when you think of Christmas, you think of Santa, reindeer, Christmas trees, snow, etc. But when you think of Halloween, let's go down the list. You think of things like kids dressed up, trick-or-treating, TPing houses, decorations, full moons, ghost stories, jack-o'-lanterns, women in sexy costumes, candy, urban legends, parades, pumpkin smashing, bullies, looting kids' candies, and more. And guess which one of those things my film ticks as far as the boxes go? All of them. It ticks all of those boxes. It's an anthology with 4 separate stories, but it's unique because of, instead of it having like a wraparound or a bookend segment, all of the stories are happening at the same time in the same town at different locations on Halloween. And each of them kind of cross paths at different points, which we'll come back to in the next few rounds. But I just want to reiterate that this movie captures the spirit of Halloween, and it feels like Halloween more than any other film. Trick or Treat.
Oh, wow. With 5 seconds to spare.
5 seconds to spare. Thank you. Okay, so he's making some good points that everything stereotypical about Halloween is in this movie. All right, Caleb, what movie are you arguing, and why did you pick it? Ready? Go!
So my movie was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, the 1948 classic that inspired an entire genre of...
You remember that one, Jeremy.
That inspired an entire genre of horror comedy. For me, there's a couple of things that I think of when I think of Halloween films. First of all, it's classic movie monsters. This has 3 of them. You know, it has Dracula, it has Frankenstein, it has the Wolfman, you know, and even recurring roles with Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney Jr. Another thing is, for me, what is better and more Halloween feeling than something that you always see in Halloween films, a black and white film? They're always watching that in the background. If they're good enough to watch in the background of their own movie that takes place on Halloween, it's probably good enough for me to fit on the movie. And also, too, it is, in a weird way, a sort of holiday sort of feeling film by not being too dark or too serious. It's something that has a little upbeat, higher energy, little more comedic performance. And for me, that really summed up why Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is a perfect Halloween film.
Oh, wow. With 50 seconds to spare.
50 seconds to spare. Holy crap. He got his point out within a minute. That's dope. He brought up that, you know, we're seeing the stereotypical monsters that you would see like in at trick-or-treating time that the kids are wearing, or in other movies. You don't get a lot of those great monsters without this movie. So I like those answers, both of them. Both of them are gearing up to why these are great Halloween picks. All right. To the second round. I need to know why the other guy's pick is trash. It's that trick that you do not want to treat. Since we went with Jeremy the first time, we're going to start with Caleb. Caleb, I need to know why his pick was booty meat. Ready? Go!
So, like I said, Abbott and Costello inspired a genre. Trick or Treat just inspired me to turn it off halfway through.
Damn!
Oh.
Now, the problem with this movie is, yes, it does hit every one of these stereotypical boxes that you see in every sort of film. It has the half-naked chicks that you see in every horror film. It's pretty much an amalgamation of other horror films that have done it better a ton of different times. And if I'm taking this many short stories, I'd rather just have one concise story that is actually well-crafted and enjoyable, rather than an amalgamation of stuff that is just essentially like, hey, you know Halloween, there's this. Oh, there's jack-o'-lanterns, there's candy. It's a little too much on the nose that left it feeling uninspired and generic.
Okay.
Oh, wow. With 1 minute and 11 seconds to spare.
Dude, Caleb gets his out really, really well, man. You know, I like what he said, except for the not seeing the half-naked ladies thing. I would love to see that. You ever been to the club on Halloween? That's all there is. It's like there's no imagination. They're like, hey, I didn't pick a costume. I'm just going to show my butt cheeks. People will like that.
That was my costume last year.
That was? Holy
Yeah.
crap. You've gotten a point for that. All right. So, Jeremy, I want you to tell me why this old-ass movie right here that he's picked that says, hey, yours hits everything that's unneeded. His hits everything that's conservative about, you know, the Halloween genre. Jeremy, please let him know why you don't fuck with his choice. Ready? Go!
So I'm gonna take the high road. I'm not gonna sit here yet and crap on Abbott and Costello meet
Very mature.
Frankenstein. And I don't know why y'all keep saying stereotypical. The word is iconic. You know what I mean? It's not that it's stereotypical. It is. It celebrates the tradition of Halloween. But there are a couple of elements that make Trick or Treat the perfect watch for Halloween. One, it's got an awesome screenplay. The way the stories overlap, I mean, it could seem gimmicky, and this movie could seem like it was full of tropes or contrived, but it's handled really well. It shows a reverence and an understanding of not only the genre, but what it is about the holiday that connects with people. It's an anthology film, and in a way that kind of lends itself to the same idea of like kids telling stories around a campfire. Caleb said that he would rather be one story that worked for an entire film than several short stories. And I got to say, what if you start a movie and you're 15 minutes in and you're not feeling the direction that the film's going? With Trick or Treat, you can just wait a minute and it's going to switch to something else. There really is something in there for everybody. It's similar to like scary stories to tell in the dark books. And usually with these anthologies, one or two of them are going to be trash. But because Michael Dougherty actually wrote and directed each of the different short films, they're not hit or miss. They're all of a solid kind of consistency of quality. They're scary, they're macabre and gory, they're full of subversive humor and storylines that involve lots of child murder, but there's still a sense of fun throughout. It's definitely got dark elements, but it plays them for comedic effect. The thing is, my favorite is probably the one with Anna Paquin in it. It's a clever subversion, and when you rewatch it, it sets itself up so perfectly. Like all of the dialogue leads you down this path to understand what the reveal is going to be. Subversion's a recurring theme, and before Rian Johnson ruined the word, this is a movie that really did subversion well. I like the one with the principal as well. He did a really good job, and it's really funny to see him whacking that kid with the shovel over and over again. It's both really like shocking and disturbing and kind of hilarious at the same time. Plus, it's got a lot of interesting monsters in it. Caleb mentioned his definitely has the three most iconic. Mine has got different kinds of characters like vampires, werewolves.
Stop talking, shut up. Shut up. That is enough, Jeremy.
Nah.
That is enough bars that you've been dropping. That is enough facts. That is enough. Wow. All I got to say to that is, Caleb, you better start using your 2 minutes, brother. Because that man
I can give him to him, the extra ones.
That man was dropping gems. Ooh, he said he can take a couple of his minutes. Ooh, the trash talking needs to stop. You guys are friends enough. Please, I don't want you guys fighting. I can't decide who. I'll decide after the divorce, I guess. He mentioned the iconic stuff. It's handled better. You know, he said your movie pretty much didn't have enough creativity. It's just following one timeline, nothing else to jump in there. And he mentioned killing children. Boy.
Got that in the notes, huh?
Yes, he mentioned that. Who has not had those thoughts? I'm not saying that out loud. I'm not trying to be
wow.
But he mentioned it. Jeremy Branch did. Movies are terrible. Okay, so we're going to go on to number 3. And at this time, this round, you guys can start going for the neck. I know, Jeremy, you were like, I'm going to be the better person and start and not jab him. Go for it, man.
All right.
Go for it. He talked about your movie, dog. All right, so we're going to start with you, Jeremy. In this round, I want you to go for his neck a little bit, but we're also going to give some more thoughts of why yours is the better pick and why yours is more iconic. You did touch on that a little bit more, but I need a little bit more in this round. Jeremy, go!
First of all, Caleb, your title's too long, bro.
Wow!
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein? Come on, dude, that's a mouthful. Nobody trying to say all that.
Fuck culture. Give me some good shit, man. People complain about these fucked up tickets.
That's the word. No, I don't want to sit here and crap on Abbott and Costello because it's not a bad movie. That's not what I want to do. It's a classic. It absolutely is. It's just not as good of a Halloween movie as Trick or Treat. This is the one. This is one of Abbott and Costello's best comedies. There's no question about that. But it's also one of the worst Universal monster movies.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're all excited reading this legend.
Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, they were all put into film to be terrifying, to be these larger-than-life horror icons. By the time they got put in Abbott and Costello in 1948, they were already kind of becoming punchlines. This is like when you throw the old guard into the new movie to try to like make them relevant again. It was just
say?
not a good look.
I am judging this.
All right, my bad. So, the movie's from 48, and I can say that doesn't speak to my experience. Like, it's so long ago that I think the traditions of Halloween have completely changed. Like, I can go back and appreciate a black and white movie for what it is. And Caleb, you bring up a good point that people watch black and white movies on the TVs, but that's because they're like royalty free. It's like there's no copyright on them anymore. They're fair use, so you can put things like Night of the Living Dead in the background of horror movies. So the movie's not quite funny.
No, you cannot joke about that.
Yeah, that's not funny.
And it's not quite scary. I think that's kind of the problem with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, is that, like, it starts off really jokey. It does have great production design. There's no question about that. And it is nice to see Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney Jr. in particular return to the roles. It's really a shame not to have Boris Karloff playing Frankenstein, because he's definitely the actor most synonymous with the character. It's not that the performance are bad. It's just that it kind of becomes the movie that it's kind of satirizing at the beginning. You know, it starts
That's
off.
your 2 minutes.
Jeremy, that's enough. Stop it. Stop talking. I'm cutting you off. If I have to hear another thing, I'm putting you in the corner. Sir, in different words, you pretty much said to this guy, your movie in the 40s was dated already. Is that what you were saying? It was already becoming, wow.
That's correct.
That is correct. He said yours is old for the times in 1940. Holy crap, Caleb. Do not take that. Caleb, boy, you better let this young man know why yours is more beloved. Go at his throat, Caleb. Tell us why yours is better. Ready? Go.
So part of the reason why I feel this film in particular is a perfect Halloween film, we're all a bunch of movie nerds. We've been binge watching horror films this entire month. Mm-hmm. And this is a good way at the end of the month as a palate cleanser. It's very lighthearted. You want to watch it with your kids after trick-or-treating? Great. You want to put it on in the background while you're drinking and Mystery Science through Theater 3000 this? Great. You want to just have it on while you're having a party. It's that type of film. It's a type of film that is a perfect party film, have a good time film. It is a family film if you want it to be, which at this point, I know for me, I've already watched 30 horror films with a ton of violence in them this month. It's a perfect time to bust out this film to kind of end it on a high note. You can watch it, like I said, after you're doing it for trick-or-treating and you're going to bed with kids. It's awesome, or party, whatever you want. As far as this being outdated, this is the film that brought back kind of the horror monster films because they did go down the hole. This is essentially satirizing it in order to make something lame. So that was a lame, trying to bring it back to being relevant. It's kind of essentially what Shaun of the Dead did with zombies. Zombies were having a lull. People were sick of them. And Shaun of the Dead came out, injected humor, and made it relevant again. That's exactly what this film does. That's what this film continues to do. And at the end of the day, this film will get more people into iconic monsters and Halloween films than this B-movie Trick-or-Treat Michael Dougherty film.
All right.
With 20 seconds to spare.
20 seconds to spare. Caleb touched on some good points. He said this is more of a universal watch, pretty much saying, hey, look at me. I'm a new daddy. I don't want to see blood and gore. I want to see a nice little, nice Disney type of horror movie. And he said that this is, like he said, it's more of a universal watch with the kids, and it's something to put on in the background of a party. I did like that he said it pretty much, that it shifted the culture, kind of like Shaun of the Dead. I love that example he said. Like, without this movie, it couldn't have gone a little, it pushed the step further in the horror movie boundaries. I like that answer a lot. All right. It's time to end this mother lover. Once and for all, which one is the better Halloween movie? And for the record, I think they both suck. But I cannot wait for one of you guys to convince me which one sucks the least. All right, Caleb, bring us home, brother. I need to hear your ending statements on why yours is the better movie to watch this Halloween. Ready? Go!
Again, I'm just going to go back to that this is a perfect, pretty much what I said the last time, a perfect palate cleanser, a perfect way to end it on a fun high note that is a weird transition into the more traditional, quote-unquote, traditional holidays, that it has more of that same vibe that a lot of these other films, holiday films have. And this is a good segue into that next season right there to end this on a high note after you've spent a lot of time watching these films. again, I'm going to go back onto why his is not the right one. And I'm going to go back with, I know he said it's a clever script that you can turn off if you're not liking the story, but you can't really do that because this isn't a true anthology series where it's one story. I have to watch the entire movie to finish all of these stories. So if I turn it off 20 minutes in, then I got 6 half-finished stories and not even one solid story to go with. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, wow. With a minute to spare.
That was a good argument, brother. That really was. All right, Jeremy, time for you to explain your final thoughts on why Trick or Treat is the treat that you need to watch this holiday. Ready, go.
All right, so the question was, what's the best Halloween movie to watch on Halloween without Halloween in the title? I would contend that Trick or Treat is 4 of the best movies that you could watch for Halloween. In 1 hour and 22 minutes, Trick or Treat is able to tell 4 different awesome stories that are specifically Halloween related. These focus on celebrating the holiday. Each of them is a standalone, but it's really clever the way that they overlap and they interweave with each other and how these characters cross paths at different times and how the movie begins and ends in the exact same place. That's just cool storytelling. It's not that it's impossible to do, and it's not that it's never been done before, but it's interesting. It's something unique about it that separates it from the other anthologies. Plus, you know, as I mentioned, Caleb's horror film does feature the 3 most iconic monsters in film. There's no debating that. But what Trick or Treat did that's even more impressive than playing the greatest hits is it introduced the world to Sam, which has become the unofficial Halloween mascot. If you go into Hot Topic now, you're going to see Jack Skellington for Christmas and all of that stuff. But Sam is taking up a big piece of real estate for the Halloween section in Hot Topic now. And that says a lot about the cultural impact of this, as you said, small B movie. It was created in 2007, shelved until 2009. Nobody thought this movie was going to succeed in an era of torture porn and Hostel and Saw. And against all odds, this silly little horror film that's gory and eccentric and funny and all of these things, and it really is kind of targeted at all audiences, it became a sleeper hit. It gets more popular every single year. People continue to, come back to this movie as kind of becoming a classic. It has really good gore, really good practical effects, werewolves, vampires, zombies, subversion of expected tropes that you think you're going to have going into
That's
it.
2 minutes. That's
all right.
All right. Blech. All right. That's enough. All right. Caleb, you did a great job explaining why yours is a safe pick. Jeremy, you did a great job explaining why yours is universally loved a little bit more. But that's not going to win you the debate. I'm going to go down the line, and then I'm going to come with my conclusion. Before I do, Alex, were you entertained?
I was. Learned a lot by both movies. Like I stated before, they are interesting films.
Wow.
Alex, you've seen both of them, right?
Yeah, I saw them both today.
Ian, if he says which one's his favorite, is that going to sway your vote? Do you already have a pick?
I already have a pick. Which one would you pick if you were to do the judging, Alex? Or which one is your favorite movie?
That's what I was
out of those two right now, I mean, I was more entertained by Trick or Treat, to be honest. The other film was good too, but I don't know. Trick or Treat caught my attention more. I kind of felt with the other.
You're telling me the black and white 1940 movie didn't catch your attention? Okay. All right, I've heard enough. That is enough. All right. I'm going to go with the first round right now. The first round was the intro. We're giving our opening statements why they chose these movies. I'm going to give this round to Caleb, and this is why. He did a great job explaining why his had more iconic characters. He explained how it's not dark. It's not too dark. You can watch it with your children. As a father, I can respect that, father to a father. I like that was a safe answer. He also didn't even use all 2 of his minutes. He got his points down in like a minute or less, and that's probably a first here. Usually we
That's very true.
Yeah, we usually get it between like a minute and 2 minutes. He got it to a minute. So round 1 goes to Caleb. Round 2, hands down, goes to Jeremy. He did talk about how this one was a little bit more iconic and handled a little bit better as a story goes. So I'm going to give that one to Jeremy because I do agree. I do agree with that point. I was taking my biases out, but when you threw it back in there, I agree. So round 3, this one was a close one. This is when I suggested to Caleb, hey, you're going to have to fight a little bit more because that 1 minute fighting is not going to do it the whole time, brother. So he did come a little bit harder on the third one, but I still got to give that one to Jeremy. I think Jeremy did win the third round by a little bit. I wrote that he won the round, but I don't remember why he did. Okay, so don't question me why he did. I just remember that one goes to him.
That's the game, baby.
That's the game.
The game is talk over 2 minutes until you're so confused. You're like, yeah, I think he won.
I know, yeah.
Fast.
So we're going to go to the final round. The final round, I do believe that Caleb actually but this goes to a little bit of a tie. So I would say Caleb brought his point home a little bit better. You persuaded me that yours was a better movie, but the question was again, which was a better watch on Halloween?
That's a good point.
I think that Caleb brought that point a little bit better. Now, if you're convincing me which one's the better movie, hands down, you won that one. Like, not even close. Not even like I wouldn't even listen to what the hell Caleb had to say on that because it was ridiculous. So, okay, I'm gonna go with that movie. I got here. So this is a tie, and in this tie round, we're gonna do 1 minute battle.
Oh shit!
On why your main character would beat his main character in a fight. Ready? Jeremy, go!
Sam is ruthless, dude. You don't see him coming, right? He looks like a little 10-year-old kid with some old busted Halloween costume on, but you can't tell him apart from the rest of the kids. And he will sneak up on you, and he will shank you with a little lollipop that's been bitten into a sharp, jagged edge. And that's the thing. He's got the element of surprise. Don't get me wrong. Wolfman, he likes to strangle people, and Dracula likes to stare deeply into their eyes, suck on their necks and stuff. But you give Sam the tools of the trade. You give him a silver lollipop, a lollipop coated in silver. Dude, fucking Wolfman is done. You take that same lollipop and you turn it around to where you've got the little wooden stick pointed outward. Bam, straight into Dracula's fucking heart, dude. Sam has the element of surprise. He looks like a little kid. You take his mask off.
1 minute.
That's your 1 minute. That is enough. Shut up. Stop. Okay. Caleb, you have 1 minute to convince me that I don't want to see a guy get stabbed with a lollipop. So you got to take that away from my mind and get a little bit more creative than that. Ready? Go!
Well, first of all, I'm going to actually answer your actual question. You asked why was your main character. That's the antagonist, not the protagonist of the film. Sam is. So he is not the main character of this film. In fact, you don't really have one. So I think that automatically disqualifies you because you don't even have the character.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
So my character, at least, there are 2 main characters. There's Abbott and Costello. They are bumbling idiots through most of this, but because of all their dumb MacGuffins, they end up getting by all of this. So, yeah, even these 2 bumbling idiots would probably still defeat his quote-unquote non-main character.
You know there's no such a person as Dracula. But does Dracula know it?
In Sam, and they would get through this if they can take on Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman, and a cameo by Vincent Price's Invisible Man.
Yeah.
They can absolutely take on a C-tier horror film.
Wow, with 10 seconds to spare, let's run the tape back, please.
Let me just say this. I will accept your answer, Jeremy, even though that response was funny. I will accept your answer. But Caleb still argued that a little bit better. Good job. Winner today is Caleb.
Hey, fuck this. Fuck this.
You gotta admit,
well done.
You gotta admit that was a very good last round right there. What he said.
100%.
Great sudden.
And I don't even like this movie. It sucks.
That being said, if you guys are gonna watch Abbott and Costello, do not watch this. This is probably my least favorite Abbott Costello film. I picked it because I wanted to make Jeremy watch it because he made me watch a movie that I didn't like. So
I enjoyed it. That was the first time I'd seen it, and I got a kick out of it. Yeah,
I would say
call.
Yeah, I watched it. It was okay. Definitely not my favorite Halloween film, but it was okay.
Man, I was not expecting that.
Yes. And I know you feel betrayed by that last round,
I do.
not the one we just did. But I'll say you did argue it better as in the movie. So I know the people in the comments are going to be like, what? But I do feel like he answered the question better. And that happened to me one time. Remember that? Not saying it's payback.
Yeah, clearly.
But when it comes to technicality, we got to follow the rules, right?
Yeah, I guess, man. I guess.
Just so you guys are aware in the comment section, let's run the tape back when Ian said Frank instead of Hank.
See, you even mess it up.
It's gonna get so much play. I love it.
And Frank does in this movie. If we had the balls to do some of the stuff that Frank did, it would be amazing.
Okay, now you have seen that. That was hilarious. Oh my God, that was such a funny Halloween battle. I want to thank everyone for being on the show. Ian for moderating, Caleb for competing. Definitely going to bring him back. And our returning winner, well, he's not winning today, but Jeremy from Movies Are Terrible Pack. Before we go ahead and plug your channel. So I'm going to go with Ian first, our moderator. Where can we find you on YouTube and social media?
Hey, man, if you want to have some great movie conversation, pop culture conversation, hip-hop conversation, hit up youtube.com/thecontroversy. I got some great things coming, and I can't wait to have these dialogues with you guys, man. And Caleb, for the record, please message him every day and remind him that he lost to you.
I will. As soon as we get off today, text.
And Caleb, this week's winner on our Halloween special. Where can we find you on social media and on YouTube if you have a channel?
So I am no social media. The only place you can find me on is Movies Are Terrible, where I do the podcast with Jeremy, and that's it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Jeremy, where can we find you on social media?
Same. Check out Movies Are Terrible. Caleb, this was fun, man. Caleb,
it was a blast, man.
Caleb is my podcast co-host. Been doing it for quite a while, and we always have a good time. If you like this energy, make sure to head over and check out Movies Are Terrible on YouTube. Also, make sure that you head over to The Controversy. Click the unsubscribe button, just like his videos. And yeah, on behalf of all of us. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I can't sign off. Yes, unsubscribe from The Controversy. Thank you. I yield my time.
Absolutely.
By the way,
Bye, guys.
By the way, real quick, because I know Ian has to go. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank my competitors. This show would not be possible without you guys, and it definitely would not be possible without Jeremy and Ian. So thank you guys. I really love where season 1 is going. So stay tuned for next week's debate where we have Ian going against Reggie, The Amazing Spider-Man versus Spider-Man 3. You talk about comical, you don't want to miss that match at all. That match is hilarious. The way I put that together is so funny. But thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you have a blessed day.